Well, hello, really long-thon gamers. Hello. My name is Casual Speedrun. I am back once again here to bring you Garage Bad Dream Adventure. Now, this was once called by a gaming magazine, I can't recall the name of it, a very profoundly uncomfortable game to look at, and I both heartily agree and also disagree, but it's like how in a lot of horror games, it's actually really comforting somehow, right? Like Silent Hill, Siren, these games are actually, for some reason, I find actually really comfy. You know, they're a really comfy vibe, right? You should be afraid of going to Silent Hill, but for some reason it seems like a comfy place to be. This is much the same. This is the world of Garage, where you are trapped essentially in the mind of a host who we're going to basically forget that exists for the majority of the game until very later on, towards the end of the game. We're actually going to then remember, oh, that's right, I'm a piece of a stream of consciousness. That's what this game is about. Of course. Yes, this game is actually loosely based on the writing of Carl Jung. It's essentially a deep dive into the human mind, an exploration of the human mind healing itself. And that's where you go at the start of the game. You're parked into this machine called Garage, okay? And as a result of that, you, the player character here, this little gamer, this little guy here, you have to navigate this world and try to solve all the problems of these different people, these different characters, these sort of like biological, sort of mechanical, semi-humanoid creatures that represent essentially different aspects of your personality. So we are going to be doing the any percent category in this game, which is basically any means necessary. There really aren't any glitches in this run, so there are basically zero restrictions. We run the game at 60, that's pretty much it. The game starts from new game in the main menu, so let's get right on it right now. Time is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. We are in our room. We have woken up, and you can see that bar on the left is completely depleted. I'm going to explain what that is in just a second, but first we need a fishing rod. And then we're going to open up this box real quick and get an endgame item. Yep, that's it. Grab this little note, and we're on our merry way. Let the game teach us how to play real quick. Come on over here and talk to Hajime. Hajime is essentially, it's a Japanese word for, not really beginning, but more like for the first time. And so, yeah, we're going to talk to Hajime, who is indeed the very first one we talk to. This bar called Ego is depleted. Ego is what keeps our corpus and our machine parts kind of like assembled and integrated with each other. And if we fall too low on Ego to the point that it's yellow, like maybe a quarter of the way down in the bar, we will be incapable of communicating with anybody else, basically. Anybody except for ourselves and the guy here. This guy here, we're not going to talk to him right now. We actually just want a little points, a little bit of stamps, okay? That's the money in this game, and this game has in-game achievements, and we're actually going to be using those for the money route. It's actually very important. It's completely integral to the money route, especially in the early game. So we're going to go and do a similar thing here. Just talk to this gamer, get his money, and leave. Head upstairs, and we're going to use that money right away. We're going to use these stamps right away to upgrade our body. A lot is happening, don't worry. There's a fishing section in this game, and I'll get to explain it all. But first, we have to get down to business. We have to upgrade our body. So the way you ascend to new plot, essentially, to new like states of consciousness, is you have to, you know, philosophically and actually physically explore new areas. You have to explore new parts of this realm, and in doing so, learn more about yourself and learn more about this world you're in and what this world is, which is your mind. And so the way that we access new areas and create new opportunities for ourselves is by upgrading our body, and that's the primary thing we need money for. We're also going to need that for a few other things later on. Okay, 212, 8, 9. And now we can access, not an end game area, but maybe, well, it's definitely later on, that's for sure. It's maybe in like the second half of the game. You're definitely not supposed to come here this early. But we do, and you guessed why. Money. We're gonna get more money. Arr, 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 arr. We need money. We like money. So we're going to come over here and collect more money. Both by getting that little reward. There was actually fuel, not money, but some of these we're going to be trading for money, and some of these will actually give us the ability to raise more money. And because building your body up to explore new areas is how you unlock more of the plot, we really need the money. Okay, so we actually just executed a quick quit continue there. What we do is we, as the name suggests, just quit the game and then hit continue. Actually, what I'm going to do right here is set a... Oh no, we already set it over there. Okay, good. Let's now go in here and talk to this fella. This fella's name is Honda. And he's asking if I can bring him a piece. Sure, man. I'll bring you that piece. Sounds good to me. That will come into play later. Now we're going to harvest the crabs from the trap that we placed down earlier. No, we're not going to place it down again. Yes, crabs. There are crabs in this game. There are frogs in this game. You fish, but you fish for frogs? We're going to actually also fill up some fuel here. Now you can see ego holds the body and the mind together, and fuel is what you actually use to scoot around. Okay. And again, I know I'm kind of like glossing over a bunch of things because the game throws a lot at you at the very beginning, and then I will actually have the chance to kind of slow down and explain things when we get into the fishing section of the game, where we are fishing for frogs using crabs. Yeah, let that one stew for a second, I guess. I'm not sure it makes a ton of sense to me, but that's what we're doing. That's the name of the game. That's what it says on the label, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to wait right here to talk to this guy. We're a little bit early. We're going to talk to this fella right here, and what that does is enables us to trade some of those posters that we picked up, both in that kind of not end game, but later game area, and also just now we picked up a bunch of posters, so we're going to position our mouse here and just start mashing. We're picking up all kinds of stuff right now that we're going to be using for the run. We will do this 2 or possibly 3 more times during the run. Escape from here. Come on out here, and some of those rewards that we got included crab traps. Okay, so at the very beginning of the game, I placed down a crab trap. The crab traps are kind of a slow burn. Actually, some of it is for more immediate fundraising. You pull the crabs up, you make some money. That makes sense, right? Some of it is a little bit of a slow burn there. We're going to have to select an endgame waifu. That's right, guys, an endgame waifu. Hallelujah! And because we need to select an endgame waifu, we're also going to have to feed her a proper meal. And so some of these crabs are going to come into play then in the endgame. Okay, so we've got between 8 and 9 on 2. Alright, perfect. So this guy is going to need a little bit of time to fix our music box because we really, really feverishly want to listen to some music. I'm going to use... That looks good. Okay, let's do it. And we're going to do a little fishing. Alright, now let's talk about the plot. At the very beginning of the game, I did say that we are inside of a mind right now. And that's, I mean, just like all of you watching right now. You are a mind watching a Twitch stream through eyeballs, and, you know... You're all of these different parts that are integrated together, and at the core of all of that is, you know, besides the brain that makes all of that tick, is this personality, okay? And that's what you are in this game. You're a piece of that. You're an important piece of that personality. You're the personality looking at itself, okay? So you're like your self-awareness and your stream of consciousness. That's what you are. At the beginning of the game, you are essentially found unconscious by somebody and pulled into your house. What is your house? You have no recollection because your ego was depleted. Okay, so you lost all sense of yourself, but you were rescued just in time and recovered back to your home, but with no memory of who you are, how you got here, or anything to do with who you actually are, which is a guy named Yang. Okay, we're not even gonna deal with that until like 3/4 of the way through the run. Okay, like for now we're just a little dude with a scooter. Okay, I love that little scooter. You know, we can actually improve the efficiency of the scooter, which we will be doing. That's why we talked to the guy named Honda at the very start of the run earlier. Now what we're doing here is we are fishing for frogs, okay? Now these little worm-like frogs, we need 20 of them minimum. We could go for a few extras. Okay, nice. Rare variants are really good. That one was teal, so that one is actually going to be a little bit more money for us. Okay, we're not going to use these 20 ones. We need 20 normal ones, okay? Nice, another rare variant. That's actually super lucky. So we're going to have buku bucks in the early game. That's really good. So we need 20 of the normal style ones, though. Specifically, it has to be 20, and because we have to wait for the music box anyway, that's when we take care of this fishing. Another rare variant. Dude, that is crazy. That is crazy. That's actually so good. That is so lucky. Okay, we also, in addition to 20 of those normal Gedo worm-looking frog creatures, we also need 5 or... Okay, nice one. Sometimes you just get trolled by the fishing for no reason. Yeah. We also need 5 or 6 rusty frogs. We've already caught, I think, 1. We're gonna need at minimum 5. I am usually a little more comfortable with 6 or 7 for like this is a no reset, you know, marathon situation. So, okay, there's our second one. Now, if we have to stay here beyond the roughly 6 minutes that we need to be here, then yeah, it is what it is. But hopefully we can wrap up in exactly 6 minutes from when we talked to the guy and dropped off our music box, that we already will have 20 ghettos, and then whatever is left over... Oh my god, another rare variant. Dude, that is actually so lucky. This is okay. Possible world record incoming? Oh. Okay, the second fishing segment and the third fishing segment are way more impactful. Like, this is good money, but it's nothing compared to the funds we have to raise later, okay? We're going to be fishing for more advanced frogs later on. And that's, yeah, we're going to have a whole strategy built around the fishing. This is kind of blessed, yeah, actually. I mean, this is pretty good. I'll see you. What's up, Bachi? Good to see some familiar gamer names in the chat. And it's good to be back at Really, Really Longathon. We were just, Bachi was actually in commentary with us. We were doing Fallout Anthology. That was so much fun. I'd just like to thank Really, Really Longathon for having me on then and having us all, and not, you know, being willing to have so many of us in VC at once, because there were like 6 of us total, so that was a lot. So I know that's a lot from a planning perspective, so I really appreciate everybody who's putting Really, Really Longathon on, and for having me again. Putting on Garage, a showcase of Garage, a game that just never gets to get seen, because look at it, it's kind of weird looking, right? Okay, another rare variant. We actually might run over the 6 minute... Dude, I think that's another rare variant. Hang on. Okay, no, that was just a rusty frog that was like particularly scrappy. Okay. So we're doing okay on our progress here. We've got 6 rusty frogs. I'd like to get 1 more. Those rusty frogs we actually don't even use. We trade them to somebody else who will give us pot crabs, 5 for each frog. I want it the minimum 30 pot crabs for safety. 35, 40 is a little more comfy. Okay? And what we use those pot crabs for, that's the real fun, the big fundraising portion of the run. That's the only major, at this point with the new route, that's the only real fundraising. Oh my god, except for right now, we're actually getting like insane, like crazy good RNG. Okay, in a normal run, you might get 1 rare variant, you might. World record, I think, has 1. So it's not very good. But it had insane cracked RNG for the fundraising portion. I caught 3 incredibly rare frogs, and I was done with it like several minutes early, so... Yeah, we're going to be doing several minutes of frogging later. We'll call it frogging instead of fishing. You know what? It's time for frogs to have their day. I'd also like to shout out a game called Frog Monster. Go buy Frog Monster. And then buy this game, and then contribute by donating to the Transgender Law Center, which is the nation's largest trans-led advocacy group. Okay, I'm coming up on the 6 minutes here. Ooh, this looks like a rare variant. That's a really big... So the bar on the far left kind of indicates how much resistance... It's almost like a health bar, like how long you have to fish the fish for, okay? And the way you fish it is by dragging this meter on the right, this handle down underneath the halfway mark there. Another 2-headed one. Dude, we have like... I don't even have 20. Oh my god. Okay, we're actually running over the 6 minutes. So this is like kind of good luck, kind of bad luck. No, that's another one, dude. This is either... No, this is a rusty frog probably. Yeah, okay. This is actually kind of crazy RNG. I mean, I'll take it. We're gonna have enough money. Okay, we can actually get the early crab eater. So there's a frog in this game called a crab eater. Even though they all eat frogs, or they all eat crabs, and some of them eat frogs too, and none of them are fish, even though we're calling it fishing. All right, bear with me. Anyway, so we're gonna catch a few more of these little guys. I need 1 more. That's actually kind of crazy. We're running like a minute over where we would normally leave here because we need 20. You know, if there's just no getting around that, we have to get 20. Okay, now I can leave. That was really good. I mean, it's a little slow, but yeah, I'll take it, man. Cool. Actually, we want to talk to him. Okay. Leave. And we'll grab that achievement. I think that's actually going to be under action. I'll look for that later. We're going to grab all these crab traps. I'll grab it during the elevator downtime in a minute. So I will set this again. We need these crabs. So we need 50 of these mighty claws, the blue lobster-looking gamers. We need 50 of those, and it looks like we're going to have plenty. This is a large, or a medium trap, actually, so we should have a lot from this. 40, okay, 43. Oh, no, it is a large. Yeah. So, yeah, we got 43 just in that go. So, yeah, we're good to go. So what I'm going to do is actually sell... I'm going to sell some of my stuff that I just caught early and technically lose a little time, but we're going to save that later on. So I'm going to... Let's see. I'm going to sell these first, and then we'll... Oh, man. 1,000. Okay. We're good. Alright. Yeah, that's solid. That's plenty. Let's go and talk to this fella. And now we're in chapter 2. Okay. Now things are going to start getting a little bit more involved with the actual plot. We'll actually be interacting with the plot a little bit now. We're going to learn about the existence of the laboratory. First, what we're going to do is get ourselves some fuel, okay? Now, you may have noticed they have some strange customs for how they fuel up, how they you know, consume their sustenance, but let's not judge. I'm also going to grab some ego real quick, just because it's a long trip. I'm going to open this, and then as soon as our ego meter is full, I'm going to quit continue, like that. Leave our room, stop stare champing into the mirror, and come on over here and talk to Honda again. Now, the gamer back there who fixed our music box, Volcanero, gave us a lathe chuck. We're going to use that to upgrade the efficiency of our bogey so that our fuel over here depletes slower, basically. Not just over time, but then also actions that are really intensive use a little bit less. It's definitely worth. We do 2 of those upgrades, which is not the maximum, but it's the ones that are, I think, actually worth because you really don't have to go out of your way to do it. Okay. Talk to this little gamer hiding in the corner back here. And we're going to head this way. Come on back over here and enter the apartment building on the north side of the garage world. I don't really know what to call it, actually. I've never really seen any name, any nomenclature for what this world is, actually. It's just garage. This is garage. Okay. Okay. We do know Yang, actually. Thank you. I'll take a few of these. We're only going to grab these small ones that are located here a few more times in the run, and then it's on to the big leagues. We're only going to grab larger ones as we get further and further into the run. You can add some extra goodies on those traps to make them attract more crabs, but usually it's not worth unless you're doing like this is a large. That's, I would say, typically worth. That's typically worth putting it down. Okay, since we've got a little bit of time here, I'm going to go upstairs real quick and take care of a chore, a little errand that we have to do. We have to wait until 7 on the clock here, okay? Any shopkeeper, pretty much almost all of the people who we can talk to for anything that we need, we're gonna need to meet them on their schedule, okay? And some of them have really, really obnoxious schedules, actually, and we have to, like, the whole run is kind of built around these schedules, especially in the very early game. So we're gonna have to go on down here. I turned that light on because our protagonist here is actually scared of the dark. And so we're gonna just, I mean, you know, appearances can be deceiving. This critter is indeed scared of the dark. We're not gonna, no, we don't want to talk to him. We want to talk to Ta, who is over here. Okay, he laughs a little bit and then says, game on. We're gonna go get the score, something that will allow us to enter this laboratory. What laboratory? So, the creatures within this world have also been kind of experimenting. I mean, again, these are like fractured pieces of a personality, but have like some kind of consciousness of their own and like reflection of their self. And so some of them have taken to like scientific mindset and begun experimenting with the nature of this world and trying to understand what's actually happening and why they're here. You know, just like us in real life, right? Okay, this guy tells us who to look for, and then he dances his eyeball around. He's raving. He's just having a good time. I'm gonna buy a crab eater. Ooh. Just kidding. We were actually a little too late for that guy. We're gonna have to do it later on the next chapter, which is fine because we come right back up here. This guy's actually giving us really good RNG. That's super good RNG. Usually he's asleep. I think it's like a 60% or so roll. I'm totally field crafting that, but that's what I would assume. Okay, we're set. All right. We're good. So what we were doing was exchanging the rusty frogs for pot crabs, and that's the bait that we're going to use later for frogging. Not fishing, but frogging, because it rhymes with poggy. And that's what we're going to be doing, hopefully, when we go to the frogging segment, because that'd be awesome. So now we're going to talk to this guy. I do get it. And that sends us to Chapter 4, where we are going to find this hidden bulletin board. So the first thing we're going to do is go back upstairs and talk to that gamer again, the guy who like started raving. We're gonna go upstairs and talk to him again. He's gonna give us a key that we're actually going to need for later on in the game. Again, there's a lot of that in the run. We're basically going to just be planning ahead. So we've got 32. I'm actually gonna do one more of these. There we go, 37. Why not even one more? I think I had one more rusty frog. Let's go one more. Now he's gonna give me the sleep, of course. Now he's giving me sleep. Hilarious. I think... Do I have another? I have 3, actually, so yeah. Let's try to get one more. Tell him, no, I didn't find the score, even though I did, and he gives you a key that normally you would not be able to get. Okay, that's good. So now I'm going to do another quit, continue. Leave our room, stop stare champing in the mirror. And I'm going to... Let's see, we want to talk to this lady here, who is the wife of the builder. Mia is the builder. However, Mia cannot speak. He's ego deprived, essentially, is what's happening with him. He regains awareness of himself if you do the true end, like Juice end. There's a character named Juice. We're not going to really be dealing with her very much. Sorry, Juice. I'm actually going to go over here and talk to this guy's wife, who thinks it's really funny to hide pieces from him, and so we've got a piece that we're going to use for later on to get another upgrade to our bogey, the little scooter that we use to zoom around. Okay, come on over here. We have a little time to kill, so I'm going to refuel from a few of the machines, actually, even when we don't need fuel anymore, because it actually gives us stamps. It gives us an achievement in the game if we refuel a certain number of times. So that's going to be twice with Reiko. We're going to go right on back in there. Actually, I need the thing from earlier. Let's grab that. Okay, there we go. Now, because we got that, I'm going to refuel with Michio twice. Both perfectly legitimate waifus, okay? I'm not gonna knock Reiko or Michio. Or Juice, which is, again, like the true ending of the game, sure. But there's only one true endgame waifu. And that is a lovely lady on our right over here named Shan. Shan, she is quite simply the best. There is no any better than Shan. We're gonna refuel once with her so that she doesn't get jealous later on. Because otherwise, we literally won't be able to choose her as our endgame waifu if we have refueled more with any other Milky Fuel Station girl. That is what it's called. Milky Fuel Station is the name of this place. So, let's come on down to the Milky Fuel Station. Yeah. This is the Milky Fuel Station. This game's kind of out there, actually. I love it, personally. Alright, so we're going to head to Torlap early. Actually, you know what? Let's go grab this stuff real quick. We have time. So, even though we got the fuels, let's go and grab this here and get the reward. Close that, plant it again, and head back in here. Talk to Torlop, whose shop is about to close at the 6 mark, so we need to catch him real quick. Oh, right, yeah. We actually have to go. We already talked to him before, so we have to go to the lighthouse first. I'm gonna run into this lighthouse real quick and grab the posters. So this is a part of the reroute. We didn't actually always go in here, and not this early. But now I actually found out it's faster for the end game if we come in here and grab all of these posters early. So we're going to head in. And we can actually go no, I'm gonna quit out and get some ego since we have time, and the ego meter is about halfway depleted. And again, we can't let it fall beneath maybe like the 3rd or quarter mark. At that point, we won't be able to talk to anybody. And it turns out talking is actually kind of important when it comes to like a story-based game. So we're going to, I almost decided to ride the carousel because we have a little bit of time to kill since we went into the light, or the, yeah, this tower. So we can actually quick continue again. Continue. And now we'll head over and refuel one more time at the Milky Fuel Station. Taking big sips at the Milky Fuel Station. That's exactly right. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now we're going to choose Shan one more time. And what that means is now that we've refueled with her 3 times, okay, she's actually going to ask us later on in the game if we want to be a little bit more than just refueling friends. And we say, of course, yes, Shan, you're my endgame waifu, and she moves in with us. And then we live happily ever after. Except, well, it doesn't really work out that way, but we'll get to that in the later part of the run. So we'll talk to this gamer, position our mouse, and mash a little bit. We already did the visit earlier, so we actually don't really have to mash very much. We're going to be grabbing all this stuff. And now head over to the lab. Okay. Now, this fabled lab is where they have been experimenting with the nature of what this world is. So it's a big platform, this city, this civilization, right? It's a big platform atop a bunch of sewage. Is probably the best way to describe it. It's literally called the sewage canal when you go down in a little scooter boat in there later. It's so cute. I actually love it. It reminds me of like Dr. Robotnik's little flyer in like Sonic 3, you know, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We need. No, we actually still require... That's right, we need to... Because of the new route, we are going to come over here and grab... There is actually secretly a poster hidden in the wall over here that we're going to need. We're going to grab that and then go to the lab, and then we'll be able to unlock the door. So the way you play this game... A lot of things are kind of set on, it's hard to explain, like loops that are kind of separate from all the other factors that happen in the game, but that once you set one thing in a loop, you're like locked into a certain path, and so some things are going to be, sometimes you're going to end up doing things in a different order as a result of that, and this is one of those times. Since we've changed the order a little bit, we're going to now head to the lab and do the valve puzzle. Okay, so what we just picked up is we can actually visit Torlop one more time. Yeah, we just picked up a bunch of posters, which we'll do right now. We'll turn them in because we actually need one of them for the lab in order to get in. So we'll exchange that right now and then head out and now go to the lab. So yeah, completing this game is like a walk through this game. Walkthroughs do exist for this game, and they're very, very wordy, because how you complete this game is like a spaghetti entanglement of how you approach different characters from the start and in which order you activate different triggers. And so your pathing in the speedrun is actually highly improvisational. You have to react on the fly to what kind of, like, fishing RNG. For instance, we're loaded on money, so we're doing some stuff out of order right now. We actually got a lot of money in the early game, which is really, really lucky. Like, that might be the most I've ever gotten, honestly. That was, like, crazy. So this is the laboratory. This is the place where all of these creatures who live here, some of them are content with doing what they do. Some of them are not. Some of them, there's a little bit more emergent in them. A question, why? Why am I here? 2, 1, 3. Okay. What we've just done is activate a bridge to go to the other section of the factory here, which is adjacent to the laboratory. We're going to go over there and create something called... I call it the gamer juice. I just call it gamer juice. It's called, I think, Fire Stream liquid in the game. Let's just call it gamer juice. It looks like some kind of, like, really radioactive, like, orange Gatorade or something, like, really intensely orange. Like, you would look at that and think, man, I should probably drink some water with this, like, chase this with water. You know what I mean? It looks pretty, like, dummy thick, honestly. Like, you could not drink it with a straw. So we just activated the valves required to open this pathway up to us, and also we actually, while we were at it, turned off the death presses that keep us from getting here through a much faster path. And because it's fast, we want, and we also don't want to die en route, so that's pretty good, that we get to go over here and not die in the process. We're looking for vitriol. There it is. Come on down here. We grab one liquid from here as well, ammonia. And I'm actually going to quit out now and continue. It's very slightly faster to go this way now. Just solely, yeah, because we did the quick continue. And we've turned off these, like, death presses that would normally kill you if you come over here. You actually game over if you come over here. It just goes, and you're dead. So, game over. We don't want to game over, so we're going to, yeah, we've turned off the death presses, and we're going to do a little bit more poster farming. Grab all these little labels and posters. We're gonna go in here and talk to this guy. Just kidding, we don't care what he has to say. We're gonna leave immediately, and we were just there to collect some stamps. He actually has an interesting story for you, the story of how the Milky Fuel Station started, which I actually found pretty interesting. The lore in this game is crazy. I mean, you know, I run a lot of games that are really big on the lore, like, okay, Fallout, for example. Fallout is, like, you know, really, really deep in lore, right? Really, really rich. Like, in Fallout 3, you go just explore random office buildings and you find, like, terminals full of, you know, interdepartmental memos that somebody sat down and, like, wrote and made this, like, crafted world, right? And Siren, another game that I run, is also, like, really, really deep in this lore that it relates to, like, Japanese mythology, and, you know, there's so much to it. And then there's Garage, which is, I would honestly say, even more, because of how much of it is just, like, interpretive, and you really have to, like, think deep about what is even going on in the game, and who you are, and that's kind of how you figure out how to beat the game as well. You really have to think outside the box, I would say, just to be able to complete Garage. It's not... I'm not sure if it comes through. It probably does a little bit come through that this is not a very straightforward video game, actually. This is not straightforward at all. It's highly complicated. That speedrun for it is also crazy complicated. Like, I can't run this without splits. I'm looking over here, looking at my... I can't run this without splits. It's, like, impossible. Because there are so many factors you have to keep in mind at any given time based on what you are doing and what you have done so far in the route. Okay, we're going to add all of these fluids here and create Fire Stream liquid. Yummy. And quit continue again. We'll come on out here and refuel with Shan one more time before going back over to the lab. Shan's our waifu. She's just the fastest one. Non-Newtonian gamer juice, dude. That's... Show them what they've won in the chat. But if I had a prize to give you, I'd give it. That's pretty good. That's exactly what it is, actually. It kind of is. It causes the physics of the guy who consumes it. That's not us. We don't want to consume it. We're actually using it essentially as a trap for this other gamer who has a piece. We kind of need this piece of him. I know that sounds kind of messed up. We kind of need his ego to disintegrate so that his pieces dissociate from each other and he ceases to be like a whole contained body. Sorry. So we need his pieces, so gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, go ahead and plant these traps here. Harvest all the goodies. Now, this thing right here, this confeito, those are what we're really, really hoping to get. Those are the best things for feeding Shan, your endgame waifu, and you have to feed her until she's level 11, of course, because 10's not enough, guys. Write that down. 10's not enough. Give her the 11. Make the effort for 11, you know? She will know the difference. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna feed her until she's level 11, whatever that means. Now we come on in here and we're going to talk to Super Gamer Girl of the Lighthouse. And these are her sisters. Collect some stamps. We're actually going to go to the basement just to collect some stamps as well. And then we're going to go up top and talk to Super Gamer Girl, Super Green Gamer Girl. Head upstairs. We cannot unlock this door yet. We actually need this something back behind that door for the end game, but we cannot unlock it yet. I've been looking into ways, like when I was practicing for this, I was actually looking into ways that we could get that early, and there's some stuff we can do early, but it's pretty locked in. We can't really like go out of bounds or anything in this game, you know? It do be point and click. Alright. We're gonna maintain eye contact and talk to this fair lady here. And then we can quick continue. Let's quick continue. That's faster. Come on down and talk to Honda. Hello, gamer. And he should repair our bogey again. Yes. Good. Wow, dude, we have so much money. That's actually nuts. Because I haven't even sold most of the things we have. We have crazy money right now. Trying to think if there's anything else we can do early. I'm gonna get ego since we're pretty low. We're about to not be able to talk to people soon. It's amigo. Unfortunately, the carousel... Okay, you know what? If we're ahead of estimate at the end of the game, I will take the carousel one time, just so you guys can see what it looks like. You're welcome in advance if we get to do that, because it's actually the best. It's just this little guy going to You're just sitting there stare champing into the oblivion while he is on a carousel. Pretty good. Alright, we're going to sell all of these. All of these. We'll actually need some of those later, so not all of those, but all of these. And all of these. And I will keep that. I'll keep those. I will sell that. I will keep some of these. Okay, these we're gonna sell because... No, we don't need that for anything. We're gonna sell these. I'm not used to having this... Dude, 7K we have almost. That is actually... I think this is the most I've ever had. What else can we do? What else can we do? I don't think there's anything else I'm gonna buy early. I don't think it's gonna benefit us to buy anything else early. I'm not used to having this much money in the early game, to be completely honest. I'm not really sure what to do. We already did a few things early and like out of order because we could. Okay, let's go to this gamer and just let's buy... This guy likes clocks, but he sells many things besides clocks. No, you know what? I'm kind of capping. Let's just save the money. Let's just save the money. It's worth just taking another trip to the store later. That's fine, so that we don't accidentally have problems. Okay. So now we're gonna wait for Torlop. We accidentally caught him at exactly the worst time. Or I guess exactly the worst time would have been right at the 4. But again, with the clocks in this game, there aren't nearly as many as in the start of the game, so it is what it is. We're going to get the large diameter carburetor and the exhaust collecting pipe. Exit from here, move towards the elevator, and during that redundant movement time, we're going to collect some stamps and an achievement. and move upstairs to upgrade our body once again to level 2. We actually started off as level 0, which is non-modified, okay, and modified ourselves to level 1, which made us capable of catching some extra frogs and doing nothing else plot-wise, okay? So now we're going to upgrade ourselves to level 2, which will actually enable us to catch some really, really good frogs, okay? Frogs that we can finish the game with how much money we're going to get. That's the plan. If we really desperately need, if we get atrocious luck here, we are actually going to just do another fishing later on in the game that we have an easier time raising money, but it's better if you can consolidate it to just 3 fishing segments in the game and not 4. The 4th one is the backup. It's actually 3rd in chronological order in the run. The 3rd/4th one, the last one, is always done. We don't just have an endgame frog, guys. Or an endgame waifu. I spoiled the surprise. We don't just have an endgame waifu, we have an endgame frog! We have an endgame frog, hallelujah! Dude, there is a god, and they're smiling down on us right now, and we are blessed. We have an endgame waifu and an endgame frog, how good is that? Also, let's enjoy a little cutscene and sip some water. Unfortunately, you have to talk to this gamer and watch his whole cutscene here. Okay. It's actually really funny. I mean, let's cheers, right, guys? Cheers. Yeah. Cheers, buddy. The two-handed. Wow, my man's not kidding around. He's two-handing the... When you drink too much non-Newtonian gamer juice at the function, and then this happens. So yeah, this does happen from time to time. He starts rattling, his parts start dissociating from each other, he forgets how to be an integrated, like, whole single being, and starts becoming again different hands, an eyeball, another mechanical eyeball, I was never really clear on that, a nose, a mouth, and then, yeah, a brain. And now all of them are dead, unfortunately. Sorry, dude. But we need those pieces that he just gave us, so that was obviously that's just part of the game. What are we gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? We needed those pieces. He's in the way of the plot, guys. Okay. Get a little key so that we can unlock the passage behind this screen. So let's talk a little bit about where we are and why we're here. Okay, we're here to frog, not fish. Okay. It was one last miniature. Nice, yeah. We're here to frog, not to fish. Remember that. This area, though, is called the New World, and the lore of the New World, I don't want to spoil it in case anyone watching is gonna actually play the game, but man, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting is a word. Yeah, that's a word in the English language. It's pretty interesting, honestly. Okay, Primo pot crab. I'm just making sure we have 100% the correct things here. Okay, let's do it. Sorry, man, it was just a little itchy. Let's catch some... Okay, thank you. Great RNG to start it off. Let's get some... actually, Yogans is what we want. So this is going to be just a normal little worm critter like before. We don't want those. Okay, we're here to raise money. Okay, that basically means we want the high-cost goodies. We want the high-cost, the expensive crabs here. Okay. Now, the semi-common one that we're going to get that's expensive, that we can sell for a lot of money, is a sucker, a male sucker. This looks like one right now. They're a little bit volatile, as you can see. They're actually kind of difficult to catch. Usually you can one-cycle them, or one-cycle. They don't have a distinct pattern. It is random. Okay, mental math just started. Okay, that's actually 3,400 stamps. We got an albino one. So normally they're 340. That one's 10 times as much. That's 3,400. We need 16,000 stamps to leave this area. Okay, so we started, let me think. Let me do some math. We started this with like 5K. Okay. Okay. I gotta keep this. That's great, dude. That's a really good start. That's one of the best things you can find here. The single best thing that you can ever find here, which I've never ever seen. I've never actually caught one by frogging fishing. Yeah, these guys are really tough. They're actually sometimes impossible. You'll get an impossible setup occasionally. That just happens. The fishing trolls you. Frogging. It's called frogging. Stop saying fishing. It's frogging. It's frogging. So Normally, you'd be lucky to catch one rare variant sucker in the whole time that you're here. We caught one right off the bat. That's pretty good. The rarest possible thing you can catch is a rainbow Yogan here, which would be all of the money you need for the rest of the run instantly. Never once have I ever even caught one of those, even in casual play, at any point during the game, except in a bottle trap. I actually caught one in a bottle trap, not by fishing. In a little crab trap, which is kind of anticlimactic because it's like the ultimate like super goated like ultra rare frog you could play for ages and not get. And I caught one in a crab trap, which yeah, kind of funny. But this might be a Yogan or a rare variant. This is actually really hard to catch. Please, 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 just drain out. Come on. A normal sucker, bro. I got you baited. That thing put up such a fight. Okay, so every once in a while you're going to get a prolonged fight there, which you really don't want to have to engage in like a protracted battle when you're fishing, right? You just want to be able to haul the thing in, call it a day. So we're rocking like, let me think, we're rocking like 8,500, a little more actually, almost 9K. Because we still have a few other sellables like demon crabs. I'll call that about 9,000. We need minimum 16K before we can leave this area. We need money for the run. Okay, looks like another sucker. What we're really hoping for is what's called a Yogan. That is a very rare little teeny frog, which technically you can catch without the optimal bait set. So this ground bait here that we're using is optimized for catching the suckers, okay? Because we can. We cannot actually optimize yet to catch the Yogans. Ooh, that might have been one right there. Sometimes you have to relax a little to be able to catch some of them. Otherwise, if you go aggressive right off the bat, trying to save time, right? But if you go aggressive right off the bat, you'll actually lose them. Okay, come on, give me a good... That looks good. Okay, he's staying on. Come on. Normal sucker. So we've... Let me just take a look. So 4. Okay. That's fine. We're doing pretty well so far. We've got good money. We'll probably be here at this rate. If we continue at this rate, we'll be here for another 3 minutes or 4 minutes maybe. Okay. This is a good time to donate to the Transgender Law Center, guys, which is the lovely charity that we are raising money for with this event. And of course the event is for fun. It's just for fun, guys, but it also is for a great cause. It's for a great cause. And now more than ever, I would say they could use the support. So take a moment and donate. I donated during my run, actually, the last run. I'll donate during this run when we get some downtime during one of the cutscenes later on. The longer cutscene, the music box cutscene, the infamous music box cutscene. Which is a little bit long, where that one runs on a little long. So we'll do it then. Our luck is kind of slow. Oh! I was gonna say our luck is kind of slowed down here. If we get a Yogan at any point, we're almost set to head ghetto. That's about 1,000, I think. That's 1,000. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Okay, so we're rocking about 11,500 right now. This game has a little bit of mental math in it, which is not good for dummies like me. Silly boys, silly gamer like me. But we're gaming. We're gaming regardless. What? Do you see what I mean? It trolls you. Like, I didn't even get anything there and just said, you missed it. Oh, okay. Thanks. Thanks, video game. Okay, come on. Drain. We're gonna have to go for more. Okay. Come on. Nice. That's pretty good. Okay, we're nearing 12K. We need 16 to leave. Minimum. If we get more than that, that's really good. I might, if we feel like we're on a lucky streak, I might stick around a little longer just to get more money so we don't have to do it later, so we don't have to do an extra fishing segment. Ooh, that was pretty good. That's 300, I want to say. This looks like another 340, unless this is a Yogan. No, I don't think this is a normal sucker, I think. Whoa. Okay, yeah, it is. No Yogans so far. World record has 3. 3 Yogans sell for 24 or 2,000, or is it 2,500? Ooh, this one's a little tricky. This could be anything, actually. I'm not sure. This could be a rare variant sucker. Ooh, he's almost got me, actually. Come on. Okay. A normal sucker, of course. Okay, yeah, occasionally they're extremely feisty, even though sometimes you can one cycle them, sometimes it takes like 4 times as long, like that one. Complete RNG. So yeah, this game is incredibly RNG heavy, which is why there's a 17-minute difference between my PB world record and the estimate time. 1:43:01 is the world record. Okay. That's 13K. We're getting close. So yeah, those ghettos we just want to get off our screen as fast as possible. No good to us. I would love a Yogan right now. I would love a Yogan right now. Oh man, have a red Yogan, which I actually have caught during a run. That was my first really gamer run of this game. That was a 207. That was before the reroute, when I realized that there were a bunch of things that we could do early on in the game, and also that, well, Shan was the fastest endgame waifu. I also realized that we had been using Reiko before that. But yeah, I got a red Yogan. Red Yogan sells for 20,000 stamps. Oh my god, dude, I backflipped out of my seat. I was streaming it, right? So I just went dummy. I went nuts. Totally ape, man. Because 20K in this segment means you're done for the rest of the game, basically. You're just done. You're done frogging for the rest of the game. Except for the endgame frogging. You have to catch the endgame frog. Okay, nice one. Thanks, game. We're actually getting really good luck on not losing hooks here. Okay, because we have a limited supply of hook 0, which is the only kind we can be using here, and our pot crabs. We have a ton of pot crabs. I mean, just for the marathon setting. I might normally go with, like, even as low as 20... Let me real quick add this up. Okay, 2, 12, go again, so... Okay, so... Okay... we have a lot of money. That's really, yeah, we got another albino, which is really good. I'm gonna stick around just because we're kind of on a streak here. If I catch another albino, we have a lot of money. We have enough to proceed with the rest of the run. Actually, more than enough now. Yeah, we have a lot. This is another sucker here. I'm gonna grab maybe like 2 or 3 more valuable frogs and then we'll ditch. That's okay. It's worth it so that we can avoid having to fish, frog, later on in the game. We'd much rather get it over with right now while we're here, right? Oh, we almost lost it. It's pretty rare that occasionally you will actually lose one, like, legit. You will actually lose one legitimately without the game kind of trolling you. I mean, yeah, some of the frogs you can catch are really volatile, like the endgame frogs. There's one you catch to get the endgame frog, which you can only get with the final upgrade. Yeah, both of those, the bait frog that you use and the actual endgame frog, those are both, like, ridiculously hard to catch. Or rather, I should say, they're really, really easy to accidentally let it slip. And that's just pain when that happens. That does happen in runs, though, so... Here's hoping we can get as good of RNG on that as we're getting right here, which is pretty good. Let's get one more valuable frog and we'll be on our merry way here. Come on, I said one more valuable frog. That's okay, those ghettos come in handy too. We're actually gonna feed those to our waifu later on. Because they have the best trade-off of, like, easy to catch. And I mean, we're gonna accidentally catch a bunch, right? They do a decent amount of feeding for your waifu, because different crabs and different frogs do different amounts. Thanks, very nice. And we need to get her to level 11, because 10's not enough, guys. 10's not enough. You gotta make the extra effort. Do an 11. Yeah, we got it. Okay. Let's ditch. That's plenty. We have so much money right now. Okay. Quick continue. And we are going to... I don't think we need to stop anywhere. We'll stop at Liz to get fuel. I'll actually, you know what? I'll also stop for Ego. Let's stop for Ego right now, so that we don't have to do it during the boat. Well, we'll do both actually. We'll do both. Just yeah, that'll actually help us out later on in the run as well. So doing all of these things, like getting these achievements, that's a really important part of the run in the remake. This is the remake of the game. The original version of the game from 1997, I want to say. There is no such, there's no achievements. You get like rewards from going into places, just like we are now. Those we may as well just feed later. Okay, that's pretty good. That's 100. That's 1,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Okay. That's pretty good. Again, you know, I've definitely had more in runs at this point, since we're at the actual fundraising portion. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. We've got much more than we need right now. Okay. Grab this again. Because we never stop needing money until it's actually done, until we get the final upgrade to our body. And then we'll be done needing money. But for now, we need money. And what do we need money for? To upgrade our body. Let's buy some pieces so that we can upgrade ourselves. Make better. Stronger, harder, better, faster, stronger. I forget. Wait, I forgot how the song actually goes. Maybe because I sang it weird. That song used to be my jam, actually. Okay, grab both of those. So it's ironic. We spend money to get the parts, and then we get an achievement because we bought all the parts, which gives us more money. It's not enough to reimburse, but yeah, it cuts down significantly. We just got an 800 stamp reimbursement, basically. So we're going to get the level 3 tuning, and then we're going to get the level 4 tuning. It used to be that we would wait until the end game to get level 4, but then I found out it was actually considerably faster if you can do the level 3 earlier, which is how we were able to make sub 2 possible. Because before, my 207, I would like to think was actually like supremely cracked. I got a red Yogan, which is 20k. My fishing was done instantly. I think that remains my gold split there to this day. There's no beating that. Get another red Yogan, yeah. Get another red Yogan and you can beat that. To talk to Psyche, let's actually go this way. Let's go this way in order to talk to Psyche. A little bit faster, even though at that corner. And plus we get to harvest Confetos, the little starfish critters. That's what we're hoping to get from the crab traps that we've placed over here. Different crab trap locations give you different types of crabs stuck in the crab traps, okay? We want the more exotic ones, generally speaking, because generally speaking, they're going to sell for more. And or be consumed by your waifu to greater satisfaction. Okay, and that's what really matters in life. So, we will harvest all of these and send them right back down. Gimme, gimme. Okay, yep, there we go. Now we're going to head back up into the lab. And we're going to maintain eye contact. I see you. We're gonna maintain eye contact and be respectful and talk to Super Green Gamer Girl, who, of the Lighthouse, is her full title. And you will respect it. Yes, we're going to talk once again to Super Green Gamer Girl of the Lighthouse, third. And she's going to advance the plot for us in exchange for us coming and making this, whole journey all this way to talk to her. And that's it. You should go find a boat. Okay, sounds good to me. Let's go find a boat. The boat. We're going to quick continue here once again, talk to Hajime. Not for the first time, actually, this time. I think we only need to talk to Hajime one more time after this, something like that. Or Hajime. Okay, we talk to Gimnon now, and because we already bought a frog earlier on, because we were loaded in money at the very start of the game in the first fishing segment, that's going to save us time right now. Instead of having to go catch something, we're going to actually get some ego and then go back behind the scenes and talk to our friendly neighborhood gamer. And he is going to ask for a crab eater. Well, it just so happens I have a crab eater right here in my little scooter pocket. Something. Don't you want it? Did I? No, that's right, because the timer. Okay, so we actually did not. That's right, I forgot we got the timer meme. Okay, okay, okay. Because of the route change. So we're going to, and not route change, I mean by the rerouting that I did, I mean because of the route that this run is taking, so because of the order in which we talk to people, we got memed by the clock when we went up. That's right, we got memed by the clock when we went up to go buy the frog, and I even said that I was like, oh no, tragic. We arrived just too late, we got memed by the guy. It happens. So we're gonna go buy one of those things right now. Make the little journey here to the second floor of Fukuju apartment, which is on the north side of this world. We've already been to the first floor. Now, you can only access the second floor this way. Oh, bummer. Okay, so what can we do in the meantime? I'm gonna go refuel again with Shan so that we can get closer to the achievement and not interfere with our waifu fuel count. Very important stuff. And then we will go back up there and talk to Gamer. Because we got memed by the time, right? Okay, that guy is actually the worst in the entire run because he's just absent for half of the clock. That's literally half of the entire run. If you were to go, like, he would literally just not be there. So that kind of sucks. We got an unfortunate meme with the timing. It just wasn't in the cards for us to get a super slick time save there, but we got to do an extra refuel with our chosen waifu, our lovely waifu of choice, and that's always a distinct pleasure. And now he's okay to talk to us. Now he's back from his union-mandated gamer break, and now he will talk to us. Hello, gamer. Oh, fishing talk. Well, actually, we don't want a fishing talk. I want to buy a crab eater from you. Thank you. And we will quick continue again. And come on over here and talk to this guy behind the scenes. Talk to him behind the scenes. That's right, we'll get a sneak peek at what Gimnon does in his spare time, which is he spends a lot of time thinking about his own waifu of choice, which is Reiko, if I recall correctly. Let's see what he says right here. I believe his waifu that he secretly admires is Reiko. There you go. Now Reiko will, yep. So in exchange, he totally violates what he's supposed to be doing at work and comps the meal for free. Just kidding. I wish we could actually eat food in this run. That'd be kind of cool. Only the female machines in this game are capable of eating food. The male machines are not. They're capable of moving around. The females cannot move around, but they make the fuel. And that is the dynamic of this game. Okay. We're going to go over here. And we're gonna see, look away, guys. This is kind of an interesting gamer cutscene here. They're simply exchanging data. They are robots, and they are simply having a little exchange of data. This guy's a little bit embarrassed because his his Excel sheets are a little bit sloppy. Yes, so he does the walk, and actually he does a spin move. He hits the gritty real quick, the gritty of shame. And then he just leaves forever. We don't ever actually have to encounter him again. They were simply exchanging data. So now we're going to quick continue. Quick continue. And head over here. Now we're going to do one thing real quick. This is actually a routing that I just thought of on the fly, or well, not really on the fly. I lied. It was before stream. I actually realized, wait, why don't I come grab this large crab trap? Let's just grab this one so we can use it in the below deck area. We can place a small one here if we ever need more. I think we won't need more for the rest of the run, so yeah, we're good to just leave that thing there. It doesn't matter. We do not have any posters, I think, and it wouldn't matter. Even if we did, we wouldn't be able to talk to Torlop yet. So yeah, let's head on over and yeah, let's get cracking. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take some frog oil. Frog oil is yummy. Frog oil causes you to use less fuel over time. It essentially expands your efficiency when you're using anything. You know what? We don't even actually have to do this anymore. You know, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna refuel real quick, and then we're going to just go straight to the boat. We don't have to do anything else anymore. We're gonna go straight to the boat. We don't have to worry about anything else at this point. We have everything. We're already loaded on money. We don't need to do anything else. We'll grab another refuel from Shan real quick. Yeah, we don't need to visit the lab. Let's just go up and talk to Viz, and she's gonna say, all right, here's your boat that you were looking for, and that's that. No trip to the lab required. Pretty pog. Okay, let's take our frog oil for longevity and health. And instead of going over to Fukuju apartment, we're going to actually just come on over here and talk to this gamer. Show her this, and she says, come on in. We're gonna go down below. I want to drive the boat. I want to drive the boat. Let me drive the boat. We're all gonna get to drive the boat. Twitch chat. Twitch chat gets to drive the boat. Okay. Grabbed a few goodies for us to use down here in boat land. We love the boat in this house. This is the comfiest place in the game, in my opinion. For obvious reason. You're just floating around in a little sewage world. It's kind of comfy, no? We have to navigate a little bit of a maze here. Going to once again come on over here. This light indicates that this is our house. We're going to park it here. That is a strategic parking you don't have to do. However, we do that in the speed run because what that does is essentially that just makes it so that if I quit continue, it sends our boat there instead of back to the original launching point. Whereas if we don't park it there, it won't. Instead of proceeding straight on to meet our little gamer friend, everyone's a gamer here, I'm going to plant one of these right quick. No gold bait, that's fine. We used it all at the start, which honestly, based, we ended up getting a lot of good stuff for that. We have a lot of demon crabs, it's really good. Go ahead and, it's not this one, it's actually the next left, and then do up and then right. And we'll plant crab traps here. Again, this is all of the crab trapping that we're doing right now, the crabbing, if you will, all of the crabbing that we're doing right now is purely for the sake of the end game. We're all looking for we're just looking for frogs right now to feed to our end game waifu, because she's our waifu for lifeu, and we want to make it an 11 experience for her and not just a 10. Yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on endgame frogs and endgame waifus. That is what this game is, actually, and also the human mind. The human mind, frogs, and endgame waifu. Isn't that what life is all about, honestly? Anyway, I love this little boat. It kind of looks like a cauldron of soup, but it also kind of looks like it also looks like a bathtub, maybe like a personal bathtub or something. But it also kind of looks like Dr. Robotnik's little scooter from Sonic 3. Anybody? It is the hierarchy of gamer needs. Yes. Okay, chapter 7. This is our shadow, kind of. Except we can see him in the light. What's up with that? So instead of doing a quick continue, which was the old route, we used to save a little extra time here. We actually lose a little time here so that we can guarantee a good safety for us in the end game. This is the safety route. We're going to go back and grab all those crab traps that we placed down. I see the resemblance. He does look like a little gamer version of me, right? I love this little guy. He's a cutie pie, isn't he? Look at him. He never had an ill thought towards anybody, this little guy. Good for him. Alright. Let's go over here. I'm going to go to the left just for funsies and see if we got a randomly generated poster. So there's a poster that will randomly show up here sometimes that's worth a lot of goodies. Let's see if we got it. I'm also going to open this up and see if we have any latent stuff to get. Yeah, that's it. We had to get that. Okay. I knew I was missing something. All right, the rest of it is fine. I'm just checking real quick to make sure I don't have any. Okay, good. No poster, bummer. Better luck next time, guys. All right, now let's head on down. That would be the escapes, or the way to the shadow, actually. His little gamer realm. Down here and pull up this crab trap. Nice. Wow, found all types of crabs. That's actually really lucky to get in a run. That's pretty good. That's cool. All right, we got a platina there, which is worth a decent amount of money. We won't be feeding that to our endgame waifu. Unless we really have to. Okay, if we're loaded in money at the end, we might actually just do that. We might actually just feed it to her for speed. We have some decent confetos right now. I will be coming back down here once, so I can actually continue here. We're gonna go refuel with Shan one more time. This is how we actually choose her as our endgame waifu. We're going to set that decision in motion right now. She might, at this point, outright ask if she can move in. Let's check. Let's see what we get here. I think she's gonna say something at the end of this. Yes. So we're going to, I'm just gonna go in there and choose her right away, so that we can get that over with. And she will be our endgame waifu, so we no longer have to make trips over here to refuel. Okay, so we have just chosen our endgame waifu for Laifu. Hog champ. Okay, come on over here, and I'm gonna head to the left. Actually, let's visit Volcanero while I'm here. This is actually good fortune that I came this way. This is good fortune coming this way. Let's go talk to Volcanero, because we at some point need to come up here and grab his score anyway. And I was meaning to do that and go up around this way earlier. There we go. Sounds pretty good. It's nice. It's nice, right, guys? All right. Now that we've chosen it. Let's see if he has anything else to say. We want to talk to him one more time later on. Okay, good. So we can actually... We won't quit continue. I believe it's faster to just head over there at this point. Go left right away. Okay, we are now going to access an area that we normally... I guess about at this point in the game, yeah, we would be accessing. But we usually, like, speed-wise, we would not be there yet quite. Okay, we wouldn't be there yet. We're an hour and 10 minutes into this, roughly, yeah. And that's pretty fast, if I do say so myself. That's pretty relatively fast, I would say, for getting here, relatively speaking, against, like, what a casual playthrough will take, which is a really, really long time. And I know this is really, really long-a-thon, but... I think we want to see the really, really long of, you know, the actual speed run and not just only, like, literally just playing the game casually, right? Because this would take, like, 30 hours or something. This takes a really long time to beat the game without a guide. Okay. We will go into a new gamer area here. I'm actually going to take a frog oil right now as well. I believe we are rewarded with more later on, and we only really need one more in the run, so I think we're good to do that. That should be fine. Okay, this is going to consume a lot of our fuel actually right now. Now, you need to be a level 3. You need to have a level 3 body just to ride on this lift, okay? You must be this tall to ride. Unfortunately, they do be gatekeeping. Okay, we're going on a nice little scooter adventure here. We should have just barely enough fuel. Get that away from me. Test print 3. Nice. Okay, we need that for Torlop score, actually, so now we are on... We've got all the stuff we need to talk to the lady who liked hearing us play the... Oh, no! I did the misclick. That happens sometimes. The previous world record before my most recent PB actually also had that in it once, and it's pretty brutal. It's not that long. It's not like we lose a minute or anything, but yeah, uh-oh. We should still make it, fuel-wise. Gulp. We can always drink some fuel. Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're fine. We're fine. And our ego is holding up, so we should be good. Yeah, we can talk to this guy, no problem, and we'll just quit continue. Coming back through here is never, ever viable for this run. I have routed a category that I call hardcore, and haven't done runs yet because, holy moly, that's not going to be easy. But basically, yeah, give me the thing. Okay. Thank you. Okay, give me the book. We will refuel with Liz, actually. And we will quit continue. Okay. Now we're going to head on back down to Boatland. The sewage canal is what it's actually called, but the boat is what's comfy about it, and sewage is not really a comfy word. Boat. Boat is a comfy word. I want to drive the boat. I'm driving the boat. Hey, you guys here, hands free. You look. You guys are driving the boat. Watch out, watch out. Okay. Not there. Remember, we want to come up here first. Good job, guys. Yeah, we don't have any gold label yet. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We can make one more trip down here if I absolutely need more confetos for the end game, which is a possibility. That'd be pretty unlucky, but it's possible. So I'll leave the traps down here. Normally I might take them up with me, but this time it's fine. Okay, we're getting decent confetos here. I'm gonna leave that, yeah. We need, like, at minimum 35. I'd love to have, like, 50. World record, I had, like, 57, I think. That's a lot. Because then I barely need to feed my waifu anything else. I just mash those. I literally just mash the screen. Okay, well, I say the screen. So, okay, now we grabbed all of these. I'm going to quit continue, and we're going to go to New World real quick. We should be good now. We shouldn't need a revisit now. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I'm going to grab some ego. We're very low on it. And then we will head down back into the New World. And by going into the New World, we are going to pick up some sneakers. A really nice pair of sneakers, actually. And what these sneakers do is soothe the soul of the little shadow guy. Who's our shadow? Even though he's like tangible and green. That's him. He's our shadow. That is true. Honestly true. Unfortunately, we are not able... I've also looked into ways to consolidate this. I really hate having to go all the way back to the New World, but there's just no other way to do this, unfortunately. We used to do the New World fishing later, like around this time in the game, to raise funds again, because we had multiple fishing segments, which obviously, like, that was one of the first things we trimmed down. All right, I guess no one else has run the game. Somebody come run this game. Somebody come run this game. It's actually really good. It's a really fun speed run. There's a lot of, like, adapting on the fly. Never a dull moment. You're always using, like, the movement times to think about what factors are in play, trying to line up the clock correctly for who you need to talk to. Because you guys don't see the times where I'm successful in lining up the clock because it doesn't show anything extra. However, if you're unsuccessful, that's when you get met with you just, like, see the clock and you can't get through the doors, which has happened to us twice. And we waited for like a second for Torlop, that happens. Okay, so we grab the sneakers. Quick continue. I'll take some fuel. Sure. Thanks. And then once we head out on the boat, I'm actually gonna not take the frog oil. I think we need one more for the end game, so I'm gonna avoid that. Okay, we've refueled with Shan many times. Got some extra gamer bucks for the end game. We're going to need to buy one more upgrade part, okay? Brace yourselves. The single part we need to buy is 20 1,000 stamps. We also need 500 stamps for a silver tray with which we will feed our beloved endgame waifu of choice. Which again, any waifu, hey, that's your preference, you know, but Shan is the fastest. Just saying. Just saying, my waifu clears. Do not disrespect my waifu. Grab all of these little crab traps on the way, so we this way it's using up a lot of time, but this way we guarantee we don't have to do an even more time costly segment later on in the run, because that is just like brutal, man. I'm actually gonna pick that medium-sized one up on the way back through and take it. No, that large one. I'm gonna take the large one. This is the medium-sized one. I'm gonna take the large one with me and drop it off somewhere else. Yeah, this is the medium one. Okay. When I come back from talking to our little shadow friend, I'm gonna pick that up and take it somewhere else, because we actually are gonna need a large one over by the guy who's really far off where I did that misclick, and it cost us like 15 seconds just from misclicking once. That guy, yeah, the guy who takes forever to get to, and so that was another thing that I looked really hard into, is how to consolidate our visits with him, but really there's only so much we can do, and we're doing exactly that. No unnecessary trips. So when we go to him, we're going to plant that large bottle trap outside of his little shack there on the outskirts of this world. All right, we're going to resolve this gamer's yeah, his head hurts. He has a headache. Sneak a little water break. Honest reaction when casual speedrun is streaming. No, come on, stop. All right. But seriously, that's our shadow, part of an aspect of our personality being released, I guess, from the grip of trauma. Kind of, sorta. There's a lot to get into that I'm not gonna like spoil for people. Okay, first of all, 2 hours isn't even long enough to explain the plot of this game if it was just me talking into a camera with no video game up. Okay, so there's so much to this game that's going on. Any normal playthrough is if you're reading all the stuff and really like talking to everybody and thinking about things and not using a guide, this is a beefy playthrough, bro. Beefy. It's huge. So yeah, this game's kind of massive, lore-wise. Not on like the level of like a Fallout or something, but yeah, it's pretty big. I'm gonna drop that in there just in case we come back here. I think we have so much that I'll pull up the other one on our right here, and of course we'll pull up this one and take it with us. And if I have a medium, I'll drop it here. I don't think I have an extra medium. I think I only have smalls once I take this large one. Smalls, that's fine. If we come back. That's a big if. That would be an unfortunate if, actually. Because what we're hoping for is to just get lucky enough with our next frogging that we don't have to get any more extra money or extra frogs for our in-game waifu. Which is who we're doing all of this for, by the way. This is for you, honey. Okay, we're gonna drop that one off there. Quick continue. I'll take a refuel. Thanks, dear. Off to work. And here we go, we're zooming. Okay, we're going to go back to talk to Gortari. Now, there's actually a progress check in the game. The game checks to make sure you have this code for the locked box before you're able to actually use the item that we got remember at the very, very start of this run, I did a little puzzle. Okay, that's what we were talking about there. That is that's the code. Okay. Yo, Alavixpeed, thank you for donating $10 to support the Transgender Law Center. It is much appreciated. It's what we're putting this all on for, after all. Let's go. All right. Now that we've set all of those in place, let's head on up here. Grabbed a few extra little goodies to sell for money, and also to feed to our lovely waifu. Let's go, Alu. Let's go endgame waifu. Let's go frogs. We're all frogs in here. I'm a frog. No shame. Ribbit. Sneak a little water here. Wow. I forgot how much that elevator actually uses a lot in, when you don't get the fuel upgrades. We used to get these this upgraded in the run. It's just not worth, honestly. It just ain't worth. So yeah, we don't do it anymore. Okay, we landed, so I'm gonna actually take some. Let's take one of these so that we can guarantee we don't run out. I think we weren't going to, but we were gonna cut it pretty close, I think. We just gulp down some fuel ahead of time to be proactive and not accidentally run into any memes. Now we will once again talk to this guy, but first, and do this. Ooh, 500 stamps. We're getting up there. Cool. Let's drop that down, and we'll come back here again later and get some more. Okay. We've come here just to talk to this gamer one time. It actually kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Now, let's get a free refuel and quit continue. And hope we should actually get an achievement for this. Yep, that's it. Okay. No, leave me alone. No. Thank you. Assistant. Okay. Quit continue. Head over to the lab. Once again. I will... Let's check our aquatic machine for how many goodies we have here real quick. Not you. Green 2 only? 59. Okay. I'll still pick this up just because of the marathon setting to guarantee we have, like, more money. And because we're not even, like, dropping bait down. This will go by real quick. And it could actually save the run from having to do more fishing. Frogging. Yeah, fishing/frogging takes up a lot more time than just doing this. I'd much rather do this. Okay, now we're going to talk to a gamer called Ein. He is the other member of the lab, Hopple being the one we talked to first. Okay, this guy gives me his stuff. Ein's resonator is what it actually is. Ooh, you know, I really should have grabbed Ego. That's fine. We actually have a lot of... This is the... Yeah, with this new route, we have a lot of extra items, actually. We should be good to just roll with it. We should be good to just go. And then we'll kill Super Green Gamer Girl. Sorry, Super Green Gamer Girl. Ooh, I almost accidentally got a game over. So we need to recover this real quick. In my enthusiasm, I was about to mash. One more ought to do it. You know what? Just to be safe. Noise score. Okay, so this is a music box score like many of the others, except this one will kill you if you're not careful. So I'll call that as a non-spoiler, but a tip for if you're going to ever play this game. Don't ever activate the noise score. You will accidentally... You're going to game over. It's not good. Don't game over. So yeah, don't game over. I'll actually take a few more of these. One more. Okay. Yeah, okay, people talker. Whatever you say, bro. Okay, now we're gonna have an epic showdown, stare down, and... Can you see how serious I am? Look at my nostrils. Flaring. See that? Putting on our war face here, guys. I don't really know how to explain what's going on here. Basically, this noise score depletes your corpus of this ego, this media that essentially like incorporates all of your pieces together. And just like the fire stream liquid, this music box score actually causes your body to break apart and cease to be a body, and more just becomes a bunch of dissociated meat. Okay, and that's what happens to Gamer here, unfortunately. Thank you for your thing. Okay, we're going to talk to this this gamer, her name is Yas Queen. No, just kidding. Her name is Juice. This is the true end that I was referring to before, actually. Okay, we are now in Chapter 9, the final chapter in the game. So we're going to not quit continue. We're actually going to go kill Super Green Gamer Girl. No! Yes, unfortunately, her time has come to an end. Her time of being, you know, relevant or useful. Actually, she's kind of standing in our way of me and my endgame waifu conquering all of this puny civilization and then escaping from Garage. That's right, I'm a person, of course. I almost forgot. We were here so long, for an hour and 27 minutes, we actually almost forgot that we are a person. All right, goodbye, Super Green Gamer Girl. So now we're gonna wanna... We quit continue this. Yes. Quit continue. I don't need fuel, let's just go. I will need ego. And we're gonna have to go talk to Lee anyway. Lee is going to vanish from this world just like Super Green Gamer Girl. Once Super Green Gamer Girl leaves, something happens to the spirit of this place, okay? Yeah, we actually caught that just in time. Perfect, otherwise we were gonna go talk to the guy and not be able to talk. And that would suck. We'd have to come back here. Alright, let's go talk to Lee. Lee's got some interesting goodies for us. We can't talk to him here. Oh, his wife is gone. What's going on here? And now he's gone too. Okay, so they have basically just vanished from this world. Ah, not you. We're gonna take all that money. That is a lot of money. Okay, we're actually rocking a serious pocket right now. 18K? We should not have to fundraise fish at all. That's good. That's really good. We should not have to do any fundraising fishing at all. So, yes. Yes, 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 yes. We just spam yes. And then we leave. Ooh, no, we already visited Volcanero. Yeah, okay. This is normally when I would go visit Volcanero, the guy who fixed our music box, and then he made a little song for us, right? Okay, well, we would normally visit him right then, but we don't need to anymore. Okay, this guy doesn't have any goodies, so we're gonna proceed with the plot. Okay, this guy has something in here. Grabbed an item that we're going to soon exchange for another item. It's not worth waiting for Torlop here. Let's... Can I talk to Lao yet? Yes, yes, we should be able to... That was the key, and we should be able to talk to him now, actually. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go over here, back over to Fukuju apartment, the north side apartment. Head on over. Ooh, no. We're gonna get clock memed by this guy. 3 times in one run. Okay, that's like... I can't complain. This run, the fish... Some of the stuff has been pretty unlucky, but the frogs have been really good, honestly. The frogs have been pretty decent. We slowed down a lot during the... Well, yeah, we took extra time at the very first frogging segment, and we ended up slowing down a lot from our initial really good luck in the fundraising segment. Okay, we just spam this guy until he gives in. And then he tells me to get some parts. Okay, so now we're going to quit. Continue. I think I did test this out. I believe it is very slightly faster to quit continue there instead of go all the way back. That's what we're gonna do. Head back upstairs over here. Ooh, we just missed being able to talk to Torlop. I can get him on the way back down, though. I think we will, because we need to turn in test print 3 to get Torlop score. That gives us a free 1,000 stamps, actually, so we're gonna do that for sure. If we do that, we won't need to actually do another fishing for funds. We'll only need to do the endgame fishing, which is really good. Okay. We should be able to just play that. Good. Okay, now... Quit continue. We can talk to Torlop later on because we didn't burn enough time there. Now we will talk. Okay, now we do the Loo loop. Yeah, okay. Now we're going to go talk to the lady who likes the music box. Again, sorry if I'm seeming confused, it's because there's like a million things going on. So this guy broke protocol and actually took us back into the back rooms, which he wasn't supposed to do. We won't be able to go in there yet. Ooh, you know, we're actually, you know what? No, we're actually better off for... I am going to get the money for safety so that we can guarantee we don't have to do an extra fundraising fishing segment. Okay. Thanks for the fuel. We're going to go visit Torlop real quick. We are going to not skip it after all. We'll go there, and the function of this is to turn in test print number 3, which we picked up earlier. That is going to give us an item that's going to give us 1,000 stamps for free. And then with that, plus the basement lighthouse stamps that we get for going through, we get an achievement for that. We should be good on money for the whole rest of the run at that point. We need a little bit more than 20k. We need 21,000, roughly. Depending on what other frogs I have. And I have a lot of sellables, actually, still, too. So I need to keep that in mind. That one's not even useful. We can bail. Okay, so now we're gonna quit continue. Come back over here and talk to Lou. And we're gonna show her Torlop's score before we show her a score that makes her go away, which is Viz's score, the lady in the apartment that we went to. Who said, "Can you please play this for her?" Yes, we can. And when we do so, she's going to disappear. So first we're going to show her Torlop's lovely little musical score. Okay. Now that we have a bunch of little scores to choose from, we can actually select Torlop's score. She's going to give us key to Medici's room, and just for going through there, we're going to get 1,000 stamps. That's what I did the visit to Torlop there and exchange those posters for. Okay. Key to Medici's room. Let's actually go there right now instead of hitting the quit continue. We can also not talk to you yet. We're going to talk to this guy first. We're going to talk to this one, give them the rattle, and that should do it. Yeah. Will you touch me? Okay. Or no, they give us the rattle because we touched them. We have their dream diary. Okay, yeah. Now we just mash. Like, I'm... Just mash. Okay. Now, those guys are both gone. Long story short, we need to get everyone to disappear. And the order in which you do this is extremely convoluted. So... He calls us a peeping Tom. I don't know why. All they were doing was adjusting spreadsheets, right? They were spreading those sheets. So we'll actually not quit continue because I can just go into. Let's do the Viz score now, and then we'll go get the stone and turn the ordinary stone into the extraordinary stone. Yes, indeedy. So we're actually going to play Viz's score. We can do this now. We don't need to do... Yeah, we should be good now to just go get the stone. Trading They were actually just trading Pokemon cards. Wholesome gaming. Okay. Let's now go visit the gamer who disappeared, who dismantled his wife. That's the choice of words he used, is dismantled. He said, "She begged me to, because I had to." It's actually a Silent Hill 3 gamer. I think we all are Silent Hill 3 gamers. What's that? You haven't played Silent Hill 3? Well, if you haven't, you should. It's a good game. Anyway, let's now turn this little rock from the ordinary stone into the extraordinary stone. Okay, supercharger. Very nice. So now we should... Okay, we can now quit. Okay, continue. I'm going to come down here and talk to this gamer. This guy right here. Actually, he's probably disappeared already. Yeah. Okay, get that. Get some money. Getting pretty close to the money required, so we should be good. Think we have the lighthouse key already. I think we can skip doing any kind of fishing here. Water tower. We actually don't have lighthouse basement key, so we're gonna need to... That's from Atari, I think? Yeah. Okay, so we don't have that yet. We need the gift from our waifu first, which is fine. We need 20k though for the... Actually, we need 20 and a half. So what I'm gonna do real quick is this. Actually, let's take a look at our achievements. So how much money do I need? I need still at least 800. Instead of frogging, actually, you know what? Let's frog. It's at this point it's probably faster to just frog real quick. Let's frog real quick because we're not gonna get enough from the basement. That's like 500. Let's catch one quick frog, shall we? We have one premium ego left, so we don't have to go buy anything. That's fine. So hook 0, this guy, and we also want to use Lou's most precious treasure. Okay. If we're very, very extremely lucky, we will actually get a Yogan here, which is like the most cracked, one of the most cracked frogs you can get in the game. It's just the base, non-rare, the common. It's extremely rare to catch one at all. Oh, let's go. Okay, that should do it for the run for money. Okay, easy clappers. Okay, split, and let's start gifting things to our waifu soon. Let's get our money set. Let's get our money right, and then whatever's left over, we can just feed to our waifu. Yeah, we're done with money, so we're ready to end the game now. We're ready to get the last upgrade piece and end the game. So, talk to this fella and just see how much I'm actually rocking here. Okay, that's a lot of mighty claws. We definitely don't need all of that. So let's just see what we got. Root mimics. Okay, we've actually got a lot of stamps from all this stuff. This is really, really good. I think these are worthless to feed her, so we'll just ditch those. Reds, these are pretty good. We need a little bit more money. Okay, those are good to feed her. This, obviously, we sell. This should be... Ooh, I could use a little bit more. I could use a little bit more. Yeah, those don't do well for feeding. Oh, 20 demon crabs, bro. That's actually sick. Oh my god, that's actually so good. Okay, these also don't really do anything for her. So we will just sell all of these. The reason I want a little extra money, we can save ourselves a little time on fishing if we have the bucks for it. That's about all I can afford to sell. Actually, let's sell these. Let's sell those. Just get them out of here. And we'll keep those in case we need to catch anything else. Okay. That should do it. Now, I'm going to go upstairs and buy the rest of the things we need, and then we'll never need to come up here again for the rest of the game. Hopefully we catch them on time. We should. Okay, I'm going to go to this guy first because he's really particular, actually, about his timing. Let me in, please. Okay, thank you. Buy this little silver tray stand because our beloved endgame waifu can't be expected to eat frogs off the floor, can she? She needs a silver stand. Please, be reasonable. Okay, that is a $20,000 mechanical fuel injection system. Pretty good. Good. Okay. And she's in needin' of some feedin'. So we're going to be a good husbando and provide her with some good stuff to eat. We actually don't care about any of those, if I remember right. That's like fishing information, which we got all the information we need. We're good. We're good. We don't need any information. I'm good. I'm good. No, we really don't. So, all good. Okay, we'll use these green ones since those still fill up half a bar here. Very nice. What does that do? Let's get Confatos first because I wish I had auto clicker. I could turn it on. It's only me running the game, so I guess if I wanted to, I could use it. I'm also obviously the only mod, so I guess it's kind of up to me. Yes. Okay. Go. Oh yeah, I keep falling into the trap thinking I want to do that achievement. We don't care. We don't care. Ignore. We should have enough Confatos that we can just send it straight away, only using Confatos. Little Patrick Star looking gamers. Yellow Patrick. I'm gonna get some water here while we're feeding our waifu. Our beloved endgame waifu. Okay, so our little gamble of doing that really quick fishing segment, frogging, actually paid off pretty well. We were able to save ourselves some time. And again, the frog RNG, the second one was like hit and miss. We ended up actually getting a lot of lion snaps and a lot of ghettos. We have, what is that, like, how many ghettos did I get in that segment? 25 is actually, like, that's, I don't know if I would even call our segment earlier good RNG, to be honest, because of that. That's actually, like, beneath average because we caught so many ghettos. I wasn't able to, yeah, leave on time. We took a little bit of extra time there. And yeah. So we're not, this is not a world record. This is not a, yeah, we're definitely behind PB pace here. But yeah, still doing okay on estimate, it looks like. We might go over by a couple minutes if we get, ignore. We might go over by a couple minutes if we get bad endgame frog, but it should, most likely we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be underestimate here. Yes, this game is like RNG heck, basically. It's just nonstop RNG. What you get in your crab traps is RNG. What you get when you're fishing frogging, what you get when you're frogging is RNG. Everything's RNG. And remember, guys, 10 is not enough. Make the effort for her. She's special. Make the effort and make it an 11 by feeding her more starfish. There's a bunch of them still here. That's pretty decently lucky that we're actually, it's going to work out almost exactly perfectly. We had, so I say lucky, it was not lucky. We actually got an unlucky amount of confados. It's only working out because I went down on a bunch of extra trips for safety. Okay, good, she talked to us again. Okay, you can have one more. Now it's time for us to leave. Okay. We want to now leave to go talk to Guattari. He will give us the basement of the lighthouse key, and that is where we will get our last piece to upgrade to stage 0. We can actually take the elevator this time. It's slightly faster since we don't need to grab any more crab traps. We're completely done collecting anything for the rest of the game except for endgame frogs. The endgame frogs go hard. There's an endgame bait frog, and then the actual endgame frog. He talks, by the way. Boy, does he. It's also RNG, like how much he talks. So, yeah, he likes to talk. And so we're going to have to entertain Kermit talking our ear off for a little bit. Ooh, my hand from all this clicking. I'd say we got to be going on 1,000 clicks at least this run so far. There's a lot of clicking in this run. A lot of mashing clicking. Cookie clicker. Anybody? This is cookie clicker then. He's the cookie. No, you guys. You guys are the cookie. True. Alright, we're getting pretty low on fuel, but should be fine. I'll stand by to grab fuel in case I need it. Cutting it pretty close. I might actually need some fuel. No, we're good. Don't need to grab any more of that. Leave it alone. Fuel I will take. Yes. We have once again come over here just to talk to this clown. Again, yeah, I promise I've done everything I can. The first run I did of this was 4 hours, bro. Like, a lot of routing has gone into this to make it even like even barely reasonable amount of time. The first run was 4 hours, which I know a really longathon is not that long, but compared with 2 hours, I'd say that's a pretty significant difference. It got cut in half. So no more collection. We don't need these crab traps. I can't resist sometimes. I see them. I'm like, oh, click, 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 collect, collect, collect. Anybody else get like a hoarder instinct activated by playing video games? For me, it's Resident Evil 4 and Fallout 4 are the worst ones. Fallout 4, I actually forgot I had a son in the game. Legit, not exaggeration. I completely forgot that Sean existed, that I forgot what the plot even was in the game. So, until I was like a level 60 or something, I was just like playing the game, I swear to God, collecting junk. I played the game on survival for my casual playthrough, and in pretty much all subsequent gameplay and speedruns even. Survival is just goated, it's more fun, in my opinion. But yeah, I spent the whole time collecting junk. I forgot Sean existed. So we spent the whole time just collecting junk and doing Minuteman quests. Preston Garvey needs my help. Okay, there we go. Alright, we have all the goodies. Now I'm going to quit continue. Again. There's an awful lot of that, I know. You know what? Let's actually use an ego item so I don't have to go visit. Because we might be cutting it close with estimate here. I was hoping with the really good fishing from the start, I was hoping we could actually have had the option to get way under estimate, but it went another way. Garage happened. It's RNG. What can you do? Alright. Now we're going to talk to Viz. She's going to, or he rather, is going to disappear. I always mistook this to be stationary, but they're not. Okay. Now we grab this piece, and that's it. Stage 0 parts. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to head out this way instead of doing a quick continue, because we're grabbing this part last so we can come here. This is actually, I think, a good reroute, doing Viz last. I think I should, yeah, I'm always going to do that from now on. Okay. And we're going to head on through here. Ooh. I don't need any more money for the run. I don't. Okay, so let's actually visit this guy while the clock is on. Finally, we caught this guy. Bye, frogs. Okay, how many of these can I get? Really? You don't say. Let's get 2 of these and a few of these. We're actually blessed on the money front now. That's pretty good. Let's get, okay, 2 and 1. I'm not good at math. And then we'll go. I'll take that crab butter now. Completely refuel, well, not completely, but mostly refuel our ego. Refill, not refuel. Refuel means refuel the fuel. Fuel me? Thank you. Install that for me as well. And then we will quit. Actually, do you need me to talk to you again in order to initiate your end game? So every character in the game has their own end game sequence. That's what makes the route to finish this game so absurdly convoluted, is because every character has their own loop and plot, and you need to fulfill all of that. I think we're good to actually just proceed straight there. Yeah, we don't need anything else anymore. We're good to just go straight to Guattari. Let's actually go via the apartment. That's going to be a little bit faster for us. Yeah, because we don't have to visit the lighthouse. We're just going straight to Guattari. Hopefully with some good crab luck here, we can actually finish the run quickly. We are coming up on the home stretch here. This is the end game, and this is the last major RNG event. I would say this is actually the single biggest RNG event. I almost feel like I should make a save here. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a save, but I'm gonna make the save up here. If it will let me. It might not let me because we didn't activate the juice ending. It might let me. Let's see if we can make a save here. It'll be worth if we need it. This is like absolute bomb worst case scenario, and we need the save. It's not gonna let me, it looks like. That's totally fine, honestly.
it's not, I mean, there is no like soft lock or anything that can happen here. It's just we have 2 giant crab eaters, so it's like, okay, if we can save, then all good. If not, it's fine. We can just we can fish frog some new frogs if we lose the things that we bought. So the ones that we bought with all that extra money hopefully saves the day for us here. Hopefully we catch the endgame bait frog right away. That would be pretty pog. I'm gonna take another crab butter just so I don't have to deal with that later. Okay. Another little travel over here. Yeah. Fallout 4, as I was saying before, Fallout 4 is just such a fun game to play casually and just ignore the plot completely. I think of all of the games that I've ever just played casually and ignored the plot completely and not done any of the main quest. Oh, no. Skyrim. Skyrim. I don't know if I've ever beaten the game in Skyrim. I think maybe I did, and I did the Greybeard ending. Am I imagining that? Is that a thing? That's a thing, right? Sure. I forgot you get an XL from the basement. Sure, why not? I wanted to see my shiny toy. Okay, talk to me. Okay. And now let's do a little frogging. Fishing? Frogging! Okay, we want size 100, so let's actually just click that mash. Monomorize. I'm gonna go for it. Let's go for the giant crab eater. And we want Guattari's score. There we go. This gamer who lives in this cabin here gave us a piece of paper. It's very, very special indeed. Ooh, yeah, we got one right away, I think. Hopefully we don't lose the bait and or the hook. If you lose the hook, you lose the hook and the bait. I had to save it at the very end there. Okay. Yes, very nice. And we didn't lose the bait. Yes! Okay. Finally. Good endgame frogging. That's really... Okay, this is unlucky. This is probably a stubby frog or something. I want to catch one more Suiho. I don't have to. We might be able to get by with one. That's usually pretty unlikely. Most of the time you're going to need 2. You might need as many as 4 or 5. It's all RNG. It depends on whether the talking gamer fish, the actual endgame frog, sorry, frog, not a fish, giant stubby figures. And I'm gonna go for it actually. Let's just go for it. Let's go for it. Hopefully we catch. I'm afraid of even talking too loud, disturbing it. We need to catch this gamer 3 times. So if the gamer takes frog that's on the line, we're gonna have to catch another one. So we're really, really hoping for a gentle encounter here. Nothing crazy. Play it nice and safe. Even though it looks like the meter should already be out, the game kind of trolls. There it is. I never thought anyone would catch me. You're unbelievable. The memory of the stone. The ordinary stone turned into the special stone and then turned into the resurrection stone. I lost the bait. Poggers. So now you guys get to see what I was talking about. Awesome. So let's now fish. Frog. Let's now frog a little bit longer because we have to. Okay, we just got trolled extraordinarily hard by the game just now. We got trolled like at the extreme end. That's so that's unfortunate. So this endgame frogging is not lucky. It is going to most likely take us a while because this also appears to be a giant stubby frog or something. So it could be a giant crab eater. And then we can use that to catch the Suiho, which is the bait frog. Giant stubby. Let me look. I don't think the giant stubby can be used to catch the Suiho, but I believe it can be used. I'm going to try to open Safari here. I believe that it can be used to catch the giant crab eater, which can be used to catch the Suiho. But yeah, oh man, we got the extra money and everything, and the game still just trolled us extremely hard, dude. Extremely hard. Because we lost the Suiho on the first catch of Wang Shui, which is the endgame frog, okay? So we lost our bait frog on the first catch of 3 of the endgame frog, and so it's like, cool, awesome one, thanks video game. I'll head right back in and catch it again. Except, just kidding, I lost my bait, the giant crab eaters that cost us 3,000 stamps apiece, twice in a row. Oh, nice, a long neck, which is also not what we were looking for, but I think that can actually... Oh, we're getting memed. We're getting memed. It looks like we might be a little bit overestimate here. Ooh, that's it. That's Suiho. So that's at least good. We might be able to get this and then catch the endgame frog twice and be done with it. After that, there's only a little bit of tracking around, talking to a few gamers, and then we can end the game. Suiho. Okay. Let's go for it right away. Please. Don't lose the bait. So we got okay, when you get the you lost the don't lose. Okay. When you get the you missed it and you lost the bait without even getting the ability to catch one, because like I said before, occasionally it'll actually give you one that's impossible to catch just to troll you. That's actually the reason, I'm pretty sure, just to troll you and make you despair, and to make you run overestimate if you're doing it in a marathon. But yes, unfortunate frog luck, but we're recovering here, possibly. This should be Wang Shui for sure. He almost got us there. Do you know how doom is caused? It is caused by losing the bait, which we just lost again. Hilarious. So let's catch yet another Suiho, the bait frog. Wow. Okay, at least we... This game trolls, man, I swear. You see what I mean? It like gets your hopes up. Okay, this... I would just lose it right away, but I'm afraid of losing the bait, so we're gonna catch it. Who's that Pokemon? It appears to be a giant stubby frog, and that's not something we actually want, but I'm gonna catch it anyway, just to get it out of here faster. And so that we don't lose that long neck, which can be used to catch the Suiho, and that's very important. That's it, that's the Suiho. How did I miss it? How did I miss it? How did I miss it? I was doing it perfectly. Okay, I think giant stubby can do this. At the very least, it's going to catch us a giant crab eater. No. Okay, let's try with 10 then. 10 should catch us a giant crab eater. Not 100. No catch anything? Okay, then it has to... We're going to have to catch Mona Mirais again with this also. Let's catch Mona Mirai. So this is actually like... Nice. Awesome. This is like personal record worst RNG on the frog section. Bro, come on. Do you see, like, garage is occurring right now. Dude. You can't make it up. This is marathon luck at its absolute finest. That's not a giant crab. That's probably a long neck, which is good. We can use that and catch Suiho with it, so we're good if we get a long neck here. Oh, giant crab eater. That's totally fine. Give me one Suiho, please. Okay. That's not Suiho. That could be another giant crab eater, but I think it's a stubby frog, giant stubby frog. It is. Don't lose the... Yeah, this is far and away the worst RNG that I've ever got in this section. But it happens. Frogs be froggin'. Oh, nice. I got the rare variant, sure, but who cares, man? I'm just trying to catch the Suiho, bro. Okay, let's boost it to 100 right now anyway, so that we can catch Wang Shui after with it. This is not a Suiho. This is actually just only something that can take our bait, which kind of sucks. It's probably a giant stubby frog again. I'm always like gently setting it down, gently releasing it so that we don't run the risk of losing the thing. I don't know why I feel crafted in my head that if you really like just let go of it, it makes it more likely that you lose the bait. I have no idea if that's true or not. I've just like kind of, sort of, maybe noticed that. I lost the bait. Okay, we're going to fish another thing. Oh, we actually have to ditch the... Can I catch it with a 100? Can I catch a long neck like that? I think I can. Yeah. So let's catch a long neck. Or a giant crab eater will also do. Either or. Okay, another... That is... I can't even explain how ridiculous that luck is that I got... How lucky is it that I got 2 albino crab? To get a rare variant of a giant crab eater is really rare because I mean they're worth so much stamps, so many stamps, so much money. But yeah, hilarious during the like hilariously comically unlucky frog fishing portion, frogging if you will. Yes, during this we have suffered greatly. Don't play with me. Not now. Dude, I'm being so gentle though. Frogs are gonna frog, what can you do? Okay, nice and easy. Come on, relax, dude, relax. Let me catch you. Gotta catch them all. Catch them all. Not the giant stubby, bro. You know what I'm trying to catch here. I know. Garage, please. Garage is garaging. The frogs are frogging. What did I just catch? This is not Wang Shui, is he? Or no, it could be. It actually could be just easier to catch the second time. That's right. Did we even catch him a second time? I've lost track. It's been so long because we got like that was a streak, dude. I'm actually gonna like highlight that and put it on YouTube and show it to the garage Discord just to show them how like okay, we lost the bait, but hopefully we won't need another one. We could finish it with this one Sueho right now. Okay. And yeah, a save doesn't, it's kind of a cope strat. It doesn't actually even really help you, to be honest. Because then you lose whatever progress you do make in terms of like, oh, you caught Wang Shui once, but you have to frog again. You have to fish for frog, if you will, to catch more frogs, to get the bait frog again, to get Wang Shui again. I've already talked 2 out of 3. Okay, that's good. I hope so. Okay. Yes. Finally. Oh my god. Okay. Hoo-wee. Okay, for reference, that was... I almost don't even want to say. That was 8 minutes slower. Just that one section was 8 minutes slower than world record. Just to give you some perspective on how long... There's no amount of like hyperbole I can spew with my mouth that's going to equate to really what it is unless you guys played it yourselves. Anyone who's played this game themselves will know what I'm talking about, but those are probably few and far between people, right? There's not a lot of garage gamers out there. This game was actually extremely rare when it was first released. It was released, I think they only sold 3,000 copies or something like that, and then made a special re-release where they sold like 300. This game was like ridiculously obscure until they made a Steam remake. Actually, it was originally, I think, designed for Android and iOS. Yeah, too bad. That's actually pretty unfortunate. It started to look like we were actually, I mean, at the very beginning, I thought this might have been world record pace. It kind of was because we had kind of a heated amount of early money. We had so much that we were able to skip a few things, but then, yeah, we got mid RNG. I'd say actually overall below average RNG for the fundraising section. It started off strong. And then we got another albino breaking down. You know what? I think we need, because of the order, we need to talk to Koppel first anyway. Because he should still be alive. Let's go talk to Koppel and Ein. And then we should be able to get rid of Juice. Okay. They should be at home at this point, ready to have their endgame. Okay. How about you? You ready to have your endgame yet? Okay. Almost. They're both... I think the next time I talk to them, they should both be gone. And now the next time I talk to Juice, now she should be gone too. So that's what's going to initiate final endgame. It's the final countdown, guys. Okay. Now that we've talked to Koppel and Ein, Juice should collapse. Why aren't you... We talked to Guattari already. We talked to... Who are we missing here? Talked to everybody, haven't we? Maybe... No. We need to talk to our waifu. I bet that's it. We need to talk to our waifu real quick. That has to be it, right? Sure. Have one of these. Eat up. That's it. Okay. There it is. That's what it was. That's what I was missing. Yeah, again, we're doing some of the things out of the normal order because of what we got. Okay. Now... Okay, now we should actually get now their endgames should be ready. Koppel... No, Koppel doesn't disappear. I think Ein disappears right now with this, and then Juice... So again, who disappears first is going to depend on your endgame waifu. It's going to depend on who you talk to in which orders, like in which order you did all kinds of different objectives. And so right now, I think again we want to come over here. We want to talk to Koppel. He's not ready for his endgame yet. We need to get rid of Juice first, and then he should be gone. Ein over here should be ready for his endgame. At the very least, they will initiate Juice's endgame. Okay, I think that's good. Did you die? No. Okay. Juice wants to see you. Okay, so now we should talk to her, and then we come back, and they should be good to eliminate the end, or to delete. But yeah, you know what I would really love is this would be a game that would benefit substantially from like an SRT as some kind of speedrun tool that you could have open to think like whose paths are unlocked and who's ready for their end, who needs to be talked to and in what sequence, basically. Because again, that basically depends on what you've done already, which itself depends on like the clock, which itself depends on like RNG, and so yeah, you're left with this kind of crazy situation. I'll talk to Koppel and Ein again real quick, and then we'll begin the Milky Fuel loop, and that will begin the end game for everyone else who's not a part of the laboratory or the lighthouse. So Juice is gone. Juice was the source of a lot of the fuel for all of these gamers. So they're about to get real hungry. And I don't know about you guys, when I get hungry, I get kind of angry. Both of them are still alive in gaming. That's fine. Their end game is virtually initiated, though. Do we talk to her? Let's talk to her real quick. Okay, yeah. Now we should be able to begin the Milky Fuel loop and end the game. So we're going to go back to the Milky Fuel station for one more round of Milky Fueling, fellas. Except not really. Something terrible has happened. Juice has fallen apart. Okay, we're going to quick continue, talk to waifu. Then we're going to go back and talk to that guy again. We're going to do this a few times, and then here's what's going to happen, actually. A riot is going to break out, an honest-to-God riot with all these creatures coming here on their little scooters. They're going to scoot over here, and they're all going to riot because there's not enough Milky Fuel to go around. Look, there they are. They're rioting. Now that we've activated that, we come back, talk to waifu again. And now we will talk to Hajime and talk to the Milky Fuel Station gamer one more time. Okay. Hey guys, remember how we're a human? That's about to become relevant again at the very, very, very like end of the game. Okay, so now we've talked to him a couple times. We're gonna come back and talk to our waifu again. Normally a bunch of other stuff would be happening, but we've, you know, because of the speedrun, we've consolidated so much that this... Talk to her a couple times. Now let's go talk to him one more time. The Milky Fuel loop should be complete at this point. I don't think we should have to talk to him anymore after this. Yep. That's it. Milky Fuel loop is complete. Let's go to Koppel. Let's go visit Koppel now. this is, yeah, we'll actually go via the elevator. Yeah, that's better than going around the other way, I think, in this case. A little bit faster, right? Okay, Milky Fuel Loop is done, so now we need to talk to... Almost everyone is ready for their... Actually, yeah, everyone now is ready for their endgame. So we're going to talk to Koppel and Ein, who are over here still alive, and then they're going to pass away. They're going to go away. They're going to disappear from our consciousness and become resolved pieces of our personality. Remember how we're a human, guys? Remember how we're a human? That's actually still relevant, even though it becomes irrelevant for like 98% of your playthrough of this game. It's very easy to forget that you are actually a person and you're not this little creature. Okay, Koppel is gone. Talk to me, Ein. Okay. I think he's... We don't talk to him again, right? No. Okay. So that means that we're gonna go talk to Lau. Let's go talk to Lau. Lau is in the apartment building over here. Come back over here, talk to Hajime. Actually, with this setup, do we even have to talk to Ein? It's wrong way, this way. This game is a banger. And yeah, Lou, it is kind of a shame that this game really just... I mean, it was made by a gamer named Tomomi Sakuba. And we love Tomomi Sakuba in this house. And Tomomi Sakuba is an artist of many media, and this was their only video game. I'm a big fan, personally. I highly recommend Garage. Goodbye. Okay, we should... Yes, quick continue. Okay. Lau is gone, so now we talk to Hajime, and this should be the close of everyone's loop. This should, I think, close everyone's loop. Okay, he's gone. Talk to Mia over here, who has just barely regained their full consciousness and the ability to speak, only to disappear immediately. We will quick continue real quick, just save a little time. Talk to Uli Bihul here, the gamer at the Milky Fuel station. Okay. We might need to talk to Mia and Honda in reverse order. Again, it depends on who all you've talked to and in what orders and how much and all kinds of stuff. And so it becomes really, like, yeah, it becomes really convoluted as you go through a 2-hour run of this. Your brain starts to get overloaded and you forget what you did in what order. This should seal the deal. This should be the last one. Okay. We're good now. We can go. Okay, that, I believe, is the end. Let's talk to our waifu and confirm. There it is. Okay. This is the finally of the end game. This is finally us getting out of here. We are talking to our waifu, and everyone is basically anyone who's still alive is banging on the door. That's why her endgame is the fastest, even though we got, like, I can't even express how badly we got, like, extremely trolled. I mean, just that one endgame frogging alone had to be, like, I think that was like 12, 13 minutes off of my gold, something like that. It was ridiculous. Let the men know. That's actually why we do her ending, is because everyone just deletes themselves this way. It's so much easier. And then, goodbye, waifu. No! That's right, guys. Our endgame waifu, she has her own endgame loop, and unfortunately, She's going to waifu heaven. Oh my god, she likes to talk though. I'm mashing. Okay, there we go. And that's goodbye waifu. That's it. And there we go. We have used the resurrection stone. And we have opened up our, essentially a portal back into the real world. And that's what we're gonna do. Here it comes. Just mashing. Here we go. F. Yep, F. Goodbye, waifu. Oh, our endgame waifu. She was so perfect. We loved her. Oh, it's green gamer girl, except she's gray now for some reason. This guy's green though, so that's okay. But this is it. This is the very end game. Remember how we were a human at the start? We are about to become human again because, guys, we resolved all the problems of all the different parts of our personality. All these broken pieces are now once again ready to reintegrate, surrounding an ego, and become a human again. We're better. You're okay now. We're okay now. We're gonna be okay. And with that, we are ending the game. We are exiting Garage and once again ready to become a human. Our stream of consciousness leaves this world, destroys what is behind us, actually. Unfortunately, that is how we're to move on here. We destroy everything that's left. Everyone's dead. I mean, all the pieces of the person, not dead, but resolved, is what I should say. All those pieces of the personality were stuck here in this sewage world. Instructions unclear, became frog. Honestly, true. That's what actually happens. You know what? I like that ending a lot better. Okay. That's it. Well, that's not it. That's not time yet. First, we have to shake the hand of our shadow here. We're going to go ahead and go do that. And that'll be the end of the game, and we'll become human again. I'll do my outro right now since we're already over estimate. Thank you guys for having me. Sorry about going over estimate. I'm going to be 100% real. I didn't even know you could get memed that bad. That was like crazy, dude. I mean, you guys saw that, right? You can't even make that up. It's like, I mean, like 6 times in a row we got the, you know, you missed it. You have lost the bait. Like, without even getting the chance to catch a frog. That was insane. That was insane. And really, again, there's, you know, you can play real gentle and be careful. That's all, though. And I was doing that. But yeah, there's no way to make it perfect. So unfortunate timing there, or unfortunate RNG there. But yeah, we're about to close out the run right now. Let me talk to this guy and shake his hand, and then that's going to be the end of the game. We are ready to become human again. This is our shadow from earlier, but fully realized. Our endgame waifu is here with us, but she is also, I guess, ascending to waifu heaven. And time is coming up in about 3, 2, 1. Talk to me. Shake my hand, bro. Time. And we have finally exited Garage. Man, that was a cursed seed. I mean, it actually started off so good, but it became, like, horribly cursed. Thank you guys so much for watching and for bearing with me as we close this bad boy out. Thank you for the GGs, guys. Good to see some familiar names in the chat. Thanks, everybody, for coming in and for donating to the Transgender Law Center. I'm actually going to make my donation after. But yeah, just to thank again, really, really long-a-thon. Thanks for having me. Thanks everybody who did runs, thanks everybody who supported with donations, and thank you to everybody behind the scenes who's putting on the show. The show must go on. To that end, we have Linkemeister coming up with Sin and Punishment and the sequel, Pretty Gaming. So let's move on with that. Thanks again, guys, for having me. I've been Casual Speedrun. Mwah! I'll see you guys next time, and please check out Garage.